From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Mexico City Diablos. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green, 39, green, 39. Detroit, Detroit.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
All right, here we go. Green, 39, green.
They're going to look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go now. 3-19, 3-19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead. Josh Lambo now for the point after. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Shrugs him off. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go. Blue landing. Gun!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. In for the score. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Kill. Turn up.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Set. Green 39. Green 30.
He'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun. Hut.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown! DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Gun!
Now back to throw. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Dante Fowler. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Looking to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore. Bring it back, get the yardage, and really help out your offense.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll go with the keeper, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Lambo to add on the extra point. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And it's now 21-7. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over, 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 over.
Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's McKenzie. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And they'll go on the ground. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And they'll run it here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll set up a throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Telvin Smith. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And that is no good. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Mexico City football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And Denver getting set to take the field. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. And on the ground they go with the running back. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Now that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McKenzie. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3:19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
He'll look to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Back to throw now on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's got this down to the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a give to Fournette. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And an alley to run.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Detroit!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back here right after this. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Pressure comes and down he goes. Tanner Vallejo coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Detroit! Gun!
He'll drop to throw. Underneath for Miller. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This quarterback now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Now let's go.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. 20, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He's going to wind up and air it out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And he finds Daniels. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Go!
to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Gun! Back there in that Philly. Here we go. Detroit! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dante Fowler in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw here. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First down, they go with Dixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
To Fournette. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Final minute now of the third quarter. On second down, it's Dixon. Pushes him over. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 56 to Mike. 56.
Now Leonard Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter.
Watch it now, Barney. Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Gun! Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Dixon. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they'll go on the ground. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll set up a throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dixon. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they'll run it here. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
He'll look to throw. Open man here is Prohl. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, He hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got this one down to the 10. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Again, a run with Thompson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
All right, now, lucky 56.
On the give, this is Dixon. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Hey, alert 3.
On 3rd down, here's Dixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And they bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Taken from just outside the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. And the Ravens now really pouring it on. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the home team here, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And now it's off to the airport for a date with Customs and a long flight north to the U.S. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.